And welcome to Wreckfest Night in America. You join me this week here at Fire Rock and with my co-host CP Extreme. CP Extreme, say something.
Hello, everybody.
And
This,
this is your third week of the Wreckfest season. Get ready for some exciting action in the C class. I forgot what they're called. Holy, hold on, give me a second. I should know what they're called, but I don't. The Rockets. There we go. That's what they're called. Yeah, C class Rockets. This week we have 11 drivers signed up, and so it should be very chaotic. Last week, I told you that we had a bit of an incident with a driver named Bad Kid, and I would update you on if he got penalized. He did indeed get penalized, as he was sent to the back and didn't receive any points for that race weekend. So that is what happened. To catch you up, CP, seeing as you weren't there, what had happened was he wrecked almost the entire field multiple times. He wrecked Chicken, I know he wrecked Simpson, I think he wrecked Gunslinger. It was chaotic.
so, in other words, he's pretty much doing what the name of the game is.
Yeah. But we try to
Hmm.
race clean here and have good racing. If you are interested,
Normally,
please leave a comment, and on this video, I can send you the information you need to join this league.
definitely drop a like on this video and also subscribe if you haven't already.
Exactly.
Also, subscribe to CP Extreme.
So Simpson leading this practice session. We only have 6 of the guys here. We will be starting a little later than normal because we are waiting for a couple of drivers. I think we're waiting for Joker and maybe PB. But we will see. Just getting the practice session done. Right now, let me check all the cars here. Here's your leader right now, Simpson. And we have Chicken, Gunslinger. Can't tell who that is. I think that's Darkwater. Yes, that is Darkwater. And Vager, not Vigor. Do apologize to Vager for, as they call it, the hard R version, I called him. So, interesting.
Ah,
The first week, I may have called him Vigor the whole time, not knowing it was Vager. And they're like, why are you using the hard R? I'm like, I swear, I didn't do it on purpose. I swear.
unintentionally.
Please. Don't cancel me, please.
So, what do you expect that will transpire throughout the night?
You know, this track does provide a lot of chaos usually. We don't really do many road courses, but when we do have road courses, it's exciting and very interesting racing. A lot of side-by-side contact and just a lot of contact in general. Front runners tonight, you'll see, as said by these fast laps, is going to be like Gunslinger, Chicken, Simpson, returning veterans to the series. They're always very fast at this track, and I expect them to be fast again.
Notable names: P Chicken. He is a road course winner in majority of the series that he runs.
Yep, very strong road course racer in this league. We used to run Forza and NASCAR 25 and NASCAR Heat 5. In those games, very strong road course racer, so I expect him to be up front here tonight.
Simpson is a notable name. I
Simpson is
expect Simpson to be up there.
Simpson is a very strong driver. Not quite championship caliber up right now. I don't think he's won a championship in this series, but to be fair, when I was racing, there wasn't much anybody else winning championships either, so there you have it.
Ah, as we double check the point standings, your
Oh yeah, I
current
should
points leader,
probably show that.
Joker.
I can show it this week,
Joker,
so hold on, give me a second.
okay,
Points.
as we wait for points.
Yes. All right, this is
Oh,
your
that's the
current.
wrong series.
Well, this is the right. Oh shit! You're no. This is the right one. What are you talking about?
I
See,
was thinking
local
of the wrong
series.
one.
God,
Yeah, I was thinking of the other series
there we go.
for I believe.
Oh, wait, hold on. I can switch to the second scene really quick. Here you go. There's your points for this week.
Ah, so
So
our current points leader, we have Gunslinger ahead with 43 points. A close second is Simpson. He checking up in third. Vager up in fourth. Cajun Blazing up in fifth. Dark Water Regent up in sixth, and Bad Kid up in seventh.
as you can see, the penalty applied here, as he received no points for the second week at Bloomsfield due to some incidents, some being an understatement. But we're gonna try to move forward from that, go into this week and have some clean racing.
Ah, clean racing. Hard to see nowadays.
Mm. Okay, there's 11 people in the party, so we should have 11 people practicing right now, but not too sure where everybody's at. Oh, wait. This is a problem. I know for Wreckfest, it has to be a public lobby in order to have a certain amount of people, as private lobbies are limited in how many people can join. I know that, so that's probably what
Ah,
has
how
happened
true.
here. So
I
we'll get
believe
all
the
that
recent
set up and
add-on was
fix that. Getting ready for the second practice session here tonight. So this week at Fire Rock, we will see a main event of 30 laps. Your stages are as follows. Let's see. Let me ask Cajun. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I know what the stages are, but um, I should ask Cajun. If I don't get an answer, the stages should be like 7 laps for the first stage, 7 laps for the second stage, and then whatever laps is left is going to be your final stage. And in the final stage, we turn cautions back on, so that way, the field can get closed up again, and we can have some good racing. So in the first 2 stages, cautions do not apply. We try to minimize the time spent in this series under caution. Unlike NASCAR, but whatever.
yeah, things with NASCAR has been a little bit off-sided, to say the least. Not just off-sided, but also a little bit inconsistent.
Mm. Well, ain't that the truth? What? Okay. This is going to be a ridiculously long race. I've received information from one of the drivers that instead of what we normally do at road courses, which is limited to 30 laps, we will be doing a 60-lap main event.
Oh wow. Oh me, oh my. This gonna be a long race.
So your stages are as follows: 15 and 15 for your first 2 stages. So, and no cautions in those first 2 stages, and a 30-lap final stage where cautions are turned back on. So, typical race length, but not so typical length of the track, as a lot of times are a lot longer than they are at the short ovals that we normally go to, and it's gonna be. Now that I've learned this information about how long this race is gonna be, it's gonna be a race of attrition. Every time we go to a road course, a lot of contact is made, and there is a health bar. There's no guarantee that you're gonna make it to the end. So, guys are gonna have to keep it clean out there tonight and hope that they can make it to the end.
Not only is it worry about the condition of the car, it's also the human body. It's gonna put a lot of work on those muscles.
Exactly. Not everybody here in this league is on a controller. For example, Jesus Christ, I know Simpson and Cajun run wheels, so that's going to be interesting to see if they
That's gonna be
can
a
make it through the
challenge,
whole thing.
especially on track of this radius.
Exactly. You know, as a six-time champion of this league, I know that survival and making it to the end is the most important thing. So if you can keep it together and not be tired at the end and make it, just that's what you need, honestly, to win these races. Not consistent fast laps, just keeping it together.
Also, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. You don't want to get upset early. Just want to try to stay as consistent as possible, keep a cool head, and just keep running.
Something I'd like to bring up, especially since last week we saw Bad Kid get penalized, is that driving etiquette is going to matter tonight. Since the officiating here is going to be a little bit more stricter than usual, you could see some penalization here. And that's really something that's going to derail your championship fights. So if you want to stay in it, if you want to, win a championship, you're going to have to make sure that you keep it clean out there.
I also love your aggressiveness. Even though it is a road courses, you can't be dive bombing every corner.
Exactly. Although you do see some interesting racing lines at this track when, racing here. Turn one is almost flat out. You slide into turn one, carry the speed and momentum into the rest of the track. And also that second to last turn, this very tight 90-degree left-hander at the end of the track. That's another one where you're going to slide it in and keep most of your momentum going to try and, keep up with the pack. Do I predict you will see that all night? No, but it is usually what we see the front runners do when trying to keep their pace up and keep it out front.
Now I'm curious on how these drivers are really going to be attacking this track, especially with all the tight radius, the long straightaways, the short straightaways, and even slight contact between other drivers. It's really a general aspects of how this track is going to really put a mental strain on these drivers.
I'm going to be getting a bit of an update here from one of the drivers to see what's going on, what's taking so long. Because honestly, we don't normally see wait times like this. So give me a second here. I'm assuming we're waiting for somebody. The first person to lap down gets their lap back when a caution comes out. Okay. Okay, I just got some information. I guess where they're discussing what they should do for lap down procedure, I think.
Hmm. Is it
Uh,
normally once the caution come out, the first car to lap down to get the lap back, or
no,
are they
usually
doing it
everybody
every
that's a
round?
lap down just gets to go and get their laps back. So I don't know what's discussions about usually. Because usually what will
Interesting.
happen is when the caution for a stage comes out or a caution in general comes out and there's people laps down or anything like that, we just let them get their laps back. So I don't know what's going on, but I guess we'll see what happens.
If I had to guess, it's going to clean up some errors from last week.
Yeah, probably. We probably won't be seeing as many wrecks or dumb moves in general. Honestly, last week was one of the worst weeks I've ever seen when it comes to racing, and I never want to see anything like that again.
I Now that's saying something.
I had to, as a six-time champion, a bit of an ambassador of this sport. I can't sit back and accept what had happened last week. I had to say something. And yep, they're restarting the lobby here as we need to get everybody in. So what I'll do is I'll join their party so that way I can just get invited from being in the party.
So I really have none.
Never mind. I guess I just got an invite. Yeah, so for anybody wondering what's going on is that usually Wreckfest only allows a certain amount of people in a private lobby. I think it's like 8 people, and we have 11 here tonight, and public lobbies allow for more people to join. I think it's 24 people max are allowed to join in a public lobby. So we're just restarting it, making sure it's a public lobby.
And as I look at the layout of the track, I did see a key part that might get some drivers. It's that long straightaway past the start finish line going to turn one. I feel like that's going to get a lot of drivers tonight, especially under braking.
You are right. Honestly, I just did some laps here at this track, and one thing is for sure, mistakes are very easy heading into turn one, especially with the slide technique that you need to keep momentum. You have to be careful, and mistakes are very easy to happen here. So if something bad happens, it could affect your night, it could affect your points, but you're going to try and keep it as clean as possible, try to get the slide done, and not mess it up.
And I can't help but get the feeling like some of these cars are going to be very loose, especially off of the exit of the corner. Center off, maybe, but it's mainly that exit that might be some worry for most drivers.
I did a little bit of not an interview, but I talked with one of the drivers here, and I learned that for this season we updated the tune, and we have an open differential now. So that's something interesting that we didn't have before. Usually we would have a lock differential, and that means even power to both rear wheels, but it's open, and that's going to also, if you ask me, create some challenges for the drivers, as that's a feel that most of them are not used to. And if you're not used to it, mistakes can happen. Because, with an open differential, usually what's going to happen is that the wheel with the least amount of resistance is going to get power. So that could cause drivers to spin out, wreck. We could see stuff like that. So they got to be careful that night.
Mm, that's a good intake.
Trying to learn as much as possible for what changes have been made. I am a former 6-time champion of this league, and I'm used to driving these vehicles, but things have changed since I've retired and gone to the announcing booth.
A lot of things have changed since I retired from this series many moons ago.
Exactly. So things can get interesting here tonight. Sometimes being up in this booth, I wish I could get back down there. Get down there, do some racing, maybe contend for a championship again. But then I think, I have 6 championships, that's enough. I don't need another one. And I am a 10-time champion of the Cajun Pro X League. I really don't need to be down there and taking championships away from guys that could contend for one.
Well, at least you get championships. I've been robbed of 5.
uh, don't you just love the playoffs, people? Let's just love the
Gotta
playoffs,
love
chat.
it. Gotta love it.
I'm so glad they brought back the chase. As it looks like we're getting ready
Yeah.
for a practice session here, maybe an official one now that Cajun is the host of the session and we're getting everybody in here. So I would assume this is practice 1 as we're getting ready here tonight for some awesome racing here at Fire Rock Raceway.
Now, I will assume during this practice session, drivers will get a lot of data to what they're feeling with the car, especially in the early runs. Considering this is a 10-lap session, I expect them to get some data within the first 2 laps, not waiting halfway. Because once they get halfway, I'm pretty sure the tire will pretty much fade at that point. So these drivers are going to learn as much as they can in the early stints of the run.
That is something interesting you say. You know, Wreckfest doesn't usually have tire wear, so I wouldn't worry about that per se. I would be worried about damage though. As you see
Oh,
some contact with blue balls and chicken there. Oh, and a major wreck
oh,
up
Trevor with the
front
leader.
with Cajun. It looks like Cajun chicken, bad kid in that wreck there,
This is
and
Marcus, right?
Darkwater Regent.
They
Oh,
basically
some
like
more
slap.
contact.
Whoa! There goes the flag stands. Oh, everything's just going crazy.
Things that can happen when you have more drivers than usual. This is one of the highest amounts of drivers in one race I've seen in this league in a long time, and honestly, that's going to create some chaos. Last time we had a lot of drivers like this, it was a shit show, honestly.
Oh, we were right on point on the first straightaway going to turn 1. Everyone's going to miss that braking marker.
The bib's still out front, setting down some fast laps, I guess. Gunslinger and Simpson
You're
having
looking
at it.
like SVG.
Your series veterans. Sorry about that.
Just take your time with it.
I can eventually get it out. You know, honestly, I expect them to be further up. Let's check your running order here. So it looks like we have Blue Balls in second, Vager in third, Chicken in fourth, and let me check further. Oh, whoops, my bad. I think I saw a returning driver here. Yep, Joker Schneider. He's in fifth.
Ah, no, Joker. He's one of the drivers I got my eye on tonight. He is one of the best I have seen on road courses, especially in NASCAR 25, and especially on those short tracks. He was really consistent, and he really had a good handle on how the car is supposed to be and where it's supposed to be, especially when it comes to momentum base. Now, I expect him to be a real contender tonight.
Exactly. I do think he will struggle at first a little bit, seeing as he's not really familiar with this track. We haven't run it that often, but as soon as he gets it down and sees what the fast lines are, I think he will find his way to the front.
I think he knows we're talking about him because he's getting under attack.
Yeah, he's getting attacked here by a gunslinger. We were running some laps here earlier, doing some test laps at this track, and honestly, very fast. I do expect him to be at the front, if not in the lead, as we see DV in the background going flipping. Let me see if I can
Oh
get
my
a
goodness.
camera shot on that. Yeah, DB still on his side back there at the penultimate turn, so very
You gotta know
interesting to
he's
see.
frustrated.
Yeah, DB just honestly, he has potential to win a championship, but he lets
It's
his
just a
anger get to
consistency.
him, and it causes him to, get a little clouded and not have what he needs to get championships.
Let the frustration talks.
Now let's look
Gotta
at
let his
this.
skills.
Let's look at this driver right here, Cajun Blazin. He's the league founder and owner. Honestly, the struggles that he's had recently in Wreckfest a bit baffling to me, as we've run
Oh,
cars that not only is he familiar with, but cars that he has fought for championships in. In my heyday, when I was fighting for championships, this was a man that I was expecting to challenge me in a championship with, and always we had a good fight. But since I've retired, honestly, he just hasn't had the momentum I've been expecting from him. And if he doesn't find what he needs to get points and find his way to the top of the leaderboard, honestly, he's not going to win a championship. Let's look at some of our newcomers here tonight. Darkwater Regent, you've seen him last week. He is a newcomer, though. He's a rookie to this series. The
team
Bibs,
16 points.
another newcomer. He raced last season, but still quite new to this league.
Well, it
Blue
looks like
Balls,
no
a
Pepsi to
very
get
new
very
person
comfortable.
as he has joined the league today. This is going to be his first race. Interesting to see what he can do. With a lap time of 101.3, honestly, that's very competitive. He should be towards the front here tonight.
Interesting.
Fire Boomin, another newcomer,
Now
having
I
some
expect these
struggles with some
newcomers to
signage
be.
here.
Oh boy! Oh, someone got the tire bared.
Vega
Now
40,
with these newcomers, granted we don't have much about them, but I expect them to be some heavy contenders. Look for them to challenge P Chicken, Simpson, Gunslinger, maybe Cajun. Look for them to be up front
definitely
tonight.
Cajun.
Let's talk
Tell ya.
back on Cajun real quick. You mentioned that he's been in a slump. Define that slump.
Well, I mean, honestly, especially last season, a lot of last place finishes, finishes outside the top five, some stuff that he really doesn't need to have happen, and not finishing good in the points either.
Hmm. Now that's
So,
not like Cajun.
yeah, that sounds like our league owner. But, honestly, I know I haven't been broadcasting the Cajun Pro X Series a lot. I know this is our second season here, but before that, Cajun was a very strong driver and could fight for championships, but as of late, just hasn't had what he's needed. As we see him making a mistake, going
Yeah,
off track. He hit the
Wow.
fans. He hit the
Exactly.
fans.
But I hope those
Cajun
pedestrians
with
are
some
alright.
deaths. Holy
Hmm.
crap. That is not something you want to see. The fans are very important to this league, and you do not want to see a driver heading off to the grandstands like that. That is very, very dangerous, and that's
Hey,
terrible.
you do got daredevils out there though. Sometimes they out there challenging.
Yeah, but just been a struggle as of late for Cajun, and not a very fast lap time with a 102.7. Fast
Ooh,
laps are usually low 101s, maybe even a 1 minute flat.
who's currently holding the fastest lap?
I think that would be your leader, the Bibs. Let me check. Yeah, the Bibs with the fast lap of a 1 minute.9.
Ooh,
Very
well,
fast.
expect him to be the front runner. As we stay here on this camera angle right here, looking how he's attacking this track.
Don't
Pretty
worry, dear
smooth
viewers.
with
If I
these.
was out there, I'd be giving him a run for his money.
That I believe.
As you can see, this line I was talking about earlier, you slide into turn one, carry as much momentum as you possibly can. And then
That
you're going to want to
reminds
go...
me of a driver. Reminds me of a certain driver by the name of Shane Vince Gisbergen.
Yes, very fast indeed. We know this driver a lot on this channel.
Now, GCP, a question I have been wondering, do the tires overheat over time?
I would say no, not really. Tire heat and
As we
wear
have
and stuff
a
like that,
tire victim tag.
they do not really apply here at this track. You don't really see it coming into play or coming into play at all, really. But what you do see is that damage bar coming into effect. Cars with half damage, they're gonna struggle to keep pace and be up front. So if you can stay away from getting any damage and keep it clean, that's gonna be the best for your car tonight.
And if this was like a new viewer or new gamer who's trying to get into the game of Wreckfest, what key details would they need to pay attention towards?
Um, contact definitely is gonna be one, and your ability to slide here in this game. The slide is very important, you know, but it's not like a drift type slide. It's more so like how they slide at dirt tracks. You know, they're sliding because you want to keep momentum and you want to be as fast as possible. In this game, sliding is very important, and so is keeping that damage meter low. You know, you don't want that much damage, so make sure you want full
Mm.
health.
Sounds like a caliber of Carl Larson, Christopher Bell, and I think also Tyler Reddick if he's not a dirt track racer.
Exactly. As I think
And that concludes.
that concludes the first practice session here. I hope that is the first and only practice session, as that took a long time.
Considering that it was 10 laps, indeed, and that has taken a very long time. As we see
Exactly.
some drivers going around our leaders.
Some of those drivers are lap down, but other
Yeah,
drivers that don't have the names over their cars, that is just an AI controlling their car, so none of that really matters. I just saw somebody that was under control get forced off the track by the AIs.
diabolical.
As you can see
I
the
must
time
have put
left
my
counting
glasses
down.
something, or I'm seeing double numbers.
Yeah, in this game, you know, you only have a certain amount of preset liveries, and I think there's only 3 racing ones. So you're going to see a lot of 40, 17, and 68. Yeah. But what you can use to differentiate these cars is the very unique liveries that they do have, different colors, you know, different liveries themselves. Before, what we used to do is we would have every driver be preset to a certain color, but it's usually how you're going to differentiate them tonight is the different colors and livery combinations, you know. That's what's going to make it easy to differentiate these cars. In between practice sessions, usually the league owner and the drivers get to talking and discussing what's happened there, if there's any adjustments that need to be made. You know, so
I could think of a few drivers that could use some adjustments.
yeah, that's definitely for sure. But in this league, you know, adjustments are going to have to come down to the driver, as you know, we run a preset livery, not livery, tune. This is the tune, all down the middle. So you're going to want to make those adjustments in your driving style instead of adjustments on your car.
And to those who don't know, you're not allowed to use any car upgrades, correct?
Well, there are certain car upgrades, but your car has to be the same class of C125. So you're going to make sure that your car is a C125. In our league, we do have what um
Mhm.
I've received some very interesting information, but I will refrain from um exposing anybody's personal business here on the live, so I'll tell you later, CP.
10-4.
Actually, I'll just say this. Here's the message I just got from Chicken.
Ah, well,
Yeah,
there's definitely going to be some agitated drivers tonight,
that's for sure.
and
Oh,
look
oh
forward
shit, I'm pulling
to
them up. My bad. I need to ready up.
there's
I'm
definitely
a
going to be
dumbass.
well, from
As
what
we
we've
start the
been
second
told
practice
for the
session here.
most,
Oh shit.
a, a heated driver makes fast drivers.
Exactly. As the 3 wide going into that second turn, you know, this is just a practice session, so if you ask me, they should take it easy and maybe just spread out and try to get some fast laps in. A lot of chaos and destruction behind, but it doesn't really matter as it's just a practice session.
Well, we know within any type of racing game, they're just going to send it.
Yeah, these drivers, you know, even though they're
As we
fast
got
and
it
they're
right.
smart, sometimes they just can't help but send it, you know? So It's very
Hey,
important for
whatever
them
you
to
do
try
in
to be
practice,
fast.
you can't do it in the race. I think that's something drivers got to remember. What takes place in practice won't reciprocate in a race.
What is something that I do like to mention is that sometimes you see retaliation for stuff that happens in other sessions. So, although what happens in practice is legal and you can do what you need to do in practice, I would say this: be careful who you mess with, because that can come and bite you back in the rear later on.
Oh, we have seen in this league, other leagues, and even real life on how that transpires.
And while I'm talking about this, I'm going to explain our next session, one lap qualifying. One lap qualifying is very interesting in this league because there are no rules. So during this one lap, you can wreck somebody, put them in the wall, send them off the track. It does not matter. As long as you get to the start-finish line first, you get the pole. But again,
Now that
I
is
do
definitely
heed.
something new.
I do heed the warning. Be careful who you mess with.
This will bite you back in the ass.
Oh yeah,
Now
I've
that
seen it
is
happen
something
multiple
new
times.
that I've seen change in this league since I've been retired from this series. I kind of like that change.
Yeah, that's something we've been running for the past couple seasons, and it's definitely created some interesting results. Usually you'll find the league on occasion, though, in the back during these one-lap qualifying sessions. It seems that drivers have a certain vendetta and like to, spin him out and make sure he finishes in the rear.
Hmm.
I wonder who that could be.
Well,
I see some side-by-side contact with Gunslinger and Chicken there.
a good battle for second brewing right here. Even though it's a practice session, they're racing like it's the last lap.
Oh yeah.
That's what we like to see occasionally.
Now these guys are actually keeping pace kind of with the bibs, as the bibs, even though he has a gap, isn't really pulling that far away from these
He
two.
was in our first session.
Oh, what a great line from Gunslinger, minimizing the amount of track that he needed to take and keeping his momentum, getting a great run on the bibs there. That's the stuff you're going to want to see in the race, and the stuff that, creates winners and
Actually, gets to
champions.
the bumper. He did get to the bumper right there. I
Oh
like the
yeah.
line he's starting. He's very committed to staying tight around his corners and being close around the radius and pretty making sure that his tires
Some
are
contact made
touching.
between Chicken and
Oh,
Gunslinger there.
well, we know Chicken for his aggressiveness. His I don't know how to word this, but
His
the person he
aggressive
looks up
his
to.
aggressive nature of driving being very familiar to his favorite driver of Ross Chastain, so what am I trying to say
Well,
here? Very very aggressive and not backing down type nature.
speaking of Ross Chastain, we haven't seen a lot of him this season in real life NASCAR.
Yeah, it looks like Trackhouse seemingly struggling, especially with the new Chevy body, as we're seeing 3 wide almost. Oh, and Chicken sends it and gets a double overtake then cut back down, 3 wide exiting the turn. Side by side contact.
Whoa!
Oh, into the
Still three
tire
wide.
bundle.
Oh, he did tires.
Who's gonna get the
They're
lead
not
from this
gonna
battle?
get
Chicken and the
is being
bibs,
aggressive.
side by side,
I think you're
heading
still
into the
hanging in
penultimate
close.
turn.
It's whoever outbreaks two and gets the throttle first.
As Gunslinger with a great run, not so much though. As they get that run on the outside, Chicken seemingly getting the move done, but not yet. Oh, so close, and the bibs into the wall.
He's coming to the wall.
Crazy racing from these two.
Mind you, this is only practice.
Yeah, we do expect more exciting racing like this in the main race itself.
As Shaky takes the lead, Gunslinger a close second, a close third, B-Bibs.
Yep.
Ooh, some airtime right there from Gunslinger.
The question
Gotta be
is, can
careful.
Gunslinger come back and try to close the gap to Chicken? As Chicken is now starting to pull away.
As
As
Bibs
the
get
bibs,
underneath.
Bibbs trying to make a move. On the outside, Gunslinger. Can he get the move done? Gunslinger getting back out ahead. It's going to come down to this penultimate turn. Who's going to get the better run? Oh! Gunslinger gets in the air and hits the wall.
He overcooked it. He clipped the curb.
He clipped. What used to be in that pile of wood is a sign, and where that sign is, there's a big concrete slab, and if you clip that concrete slab, it's going to send your car into the air and send you flying a little bit.
Now, this is a battle I was waiting on seeing. The Bibbs and Chicken. Can the Bibbs show that speed he had in the first practice session?
Yes. As he still has a very fast lap of 1 minute point 6, even faster than what he set in that first practice session. But let me see if I can skip to Chicken here. You know, not quite as fast as the Bibbs lap time, but still quite competitive with a 1 minute 1.0. Only 4 tenths down. Can Chicken find those 4th tenths? With the Bibbs closing down.
I see the Bibbs closing in.
With a much wider line than Chicken, can the Bibbs get a better run out of that turn?
Yeah, I was about to mention, the Bibbs has definitely found a different line that since he's chasing, remember, the first practice session he was leading, so he had nothing but clean air. But now that he's chasing, he's going to have to adjust that line, adjust his braking markers to where he could potentially outbrake or brake in between before Chicken.
Exactly.
Or after Chicken.
Chicken there, and the big difference you can see between Chicken and the Bibbs line there in that first turn alone was Chicken didn't use nearly enough curb there. I expect him to use a lot of curb like Gunslinger was using. Just straight use that curb to hop over that turn and... Oh, there's a car stuck on the racing line. That's DBH, a veteran of this series. He's back here tonight. Not the way you want to start your season. Yeah, that forces the Bibbs and Chicken together.
Now, this is the line I was talking about. Can Bibbs outbrake Chicken when the tight S's?
Yes, I expect the Bibbs to make a move in the first turn, especially since he knows how to use more curb than Chicken. Chicken defending.
He could.
Oh, with Chicken with a run.
And the Bibbs is away with it.
Oh, Chicken on back on the inside.
Oh, I did not see that momentum from Chicken right there. I thought he overkicked it in turn 1.
Chicken trying to keep the lead. Oh, side-by-side contact. Chicken taking a wider line to try to get momentum in the center of the turn.
As DBH is still struggling in that one area.
Still great racing. As the Bibbs seems to get the move done. Yeah, Chicken, the big difference between the Bibbs and the Chicken, especially in this practice session, is just that, you know, Chicken not using enough curb, in my opinion. But he gets a run there. Can he use that run and make a move in turn 1?
Their final lap.
Chicken using a lot of curb there. That's perfect. With a run up the... Oh! Darkwater Regent making contact with the leader. Oh! Chicken on the outside! Sending the Bibbs into the grass.
Oh, I don't think Bibbs...
Oh!
Oh, he cooked it!
Chicken got a little contact from the Bibbs there and gets sent into the tire barriers. Oh my God! The Bibbs turn sideways! As Chicken takes the lead.
I think Bibbs might have got it.
And he closed out this practice session in the lead. Very exciting battle for the lead. Even in this practice session. Expect this tonight in the main event.
Go-kart got in the way.
Lap car getting in the way there. Can Chicken hold off the Bibbs? Chicken takes the win of this practice session.
Oh, wow.
As we see some contact from the lap down driver, the bad kid.
Well, the name of the game, this track is going to be a wreck.
Man, That was some exciting racing. As I'm going to take a break here and grab a quick drink. Sorry about that, folks. Getting a little parched from an exciting practice session there.
It was definitely interesting on those drive lines between both the bib and chicken on both of those practice sessions on how the bib is pretty much tight around those turns. And chicken, I believe, was taking it more careful. He wasn't really doing, as you mentioned, too much curb. And I think chicken maybe want to like wrap those curbs a little longer.
Yeah, like we saw from Gunslinger when he was in that front battle, he was wrapping that curve like there was no tomorrow. So you're gonna want to make sure
Right.
that's what you do.
Well, as we're underway,
One lap qualifying underway. Who's gonna get the pole here tonight? As Blue Ball is out front, right in front of Simpson.
already making the mess of the track. I think that's the strat.
I think that's gonna be. Oh, Chicken
Wow,
sending it in
there you
deep.
go. Well, as his protege, Chicken learns from the Ross Chastain. But if you think about it, Carson Hocevar has turned into the 2022 Ross Chastain.
Absolutely. Another driver that Chicken absolutely adores.
Well, here they are back at the start finish line.
Blue Ball is going to take the pole. As we'll run through the entire qualifying order here in a second.
Now that move that P Chicken committed probably screwed up a lot of drivers.
Yes, but Chicken was far down the grid. He just wanted to get a good starting position to start this race. And,
Figures.
hey, if they don't pay you back, I'd do it too.
Wow.
As your qualifying order is first Blue Balls, second Simpson, third Chicken, fourth Vager, fifth Dark Water Regent, sixth DB, seventh Gunslinger, eighth Fire Boomin, ninth Joker Snyder, 10th The Bibs, 11th Cajun Blazin, and 12th Bad Kid. Maybe Bad
I had to
Kid
look at
stands
one of
for
the
a
comments.
bad amount of talent.
I had to look at one of the comments. on the stream and notice a fellow P chicken has agreed on our fellow statement.
Mm-hmm. Chicken saying, "My Lord and Savior, Chastain, and Carson, Hocevar, Hocevar." Sometimes, man, this guy gets up to semantics.
While we're on the topic of video games, are you excited for NASCAR 26?
Um, you know, I'm hopeful that necessary changes are made, especially because iRacing is a bit more. Well, they listen a bit better to their community, and I hope for the best for NASCAR 26. And the main reason I'm excited is I can switch full time to PC, for league stuff, as it'll be cross platform.
That is correct, and I'm trying to be very optimistic around it. I'm just hoping they clean up some flaws that NASCAR 25 had, especially when it came to track types. Ooh, man. Grip levels, man. How did they mess that up?
You know,
But
I
they
had
did
Chicken
say
who
not
has
to.
iRacing go through some of the tracks, like Portland. Portland, it's just a track thing, but man, Chicago was really messed up, in my opinion.
Really?
Yes, Chicken went through and did some laps at Chicago and was saying it's just NASCAR 25. It's not nearly as bad as it is in iRacing. I mean, not
I
vice
figured.
versa. Vice versa. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
I also
it's
did iRacing. Yeah,
you can
I get
actually
exactly
you
what
can
you're
actually
talking
use
about.
the braking markers to start braking instead of having to brake before the 500 board in NASCAR 25.
What's weird, I think it goes for all console games aside from like the older games, like from U Technics all the way to EA. Since the Heat games, the brake pedal is just not being implemented,
Exactly.
which
Another thing I hope they
honestly,
improve for the next game is just controller needs to be better. If controller isn't usable like it is in NASCAR 25, I know some people race on controller in NASCAR 25, but I personally just find it the worst experience in my life. I've never experienced a NASCAR console game that terrible on controller. It needs to improve.
yeah, same thing with wheels, because I have, as of recently of last week, had tried out some new settings that were from a controller. Mind you, I have a Moza R3. Why is the PlayStation controller settings from NASCAR 25 working better than wheel settings?
As we're getting ready to
Well,
go green, and we're green
and
here
we're
at
good.
Fire Rock, sorry. Blue ball's heading in the first turn, but a major run
Already
from
inside of
Simpson
third.
and Chicken.
Oh, well,
There's
there
already
goes some
some
more
side by
tires.
side contact there, further in the back.
Blue Wall's holding up the lead. As Chicken is making a aggressive move, trying to get second. And that green and black and white 17 he has so famously made.
Sorry, just trying to get to second place here. Simpson with a mostly white car with some green
As
accents.
DH moves off track. Don't know if you
Va-
saw, but DBH has went off track.
Oh, I did not see that. But a very good fight up front is one of the newcomers, Vager, getting up towards that lead battle. He wasn't really in that lead battle earlier in the earlier practice session, so very interesting to see him up front today. I see also the Bibs further back trying to make some moves as they're three wide. A little further
Yeah,
back in this lead fight. Let me
he
see if
feels
I can
that
get back there.
he can advantage during qualifying, so he's making up as much ground as possible.
Exactly. The Bibbs did not get a good qualifying spot. Oh, his chicken goes around.
Whatever happened to chicken?
I don't know exactly, but if you ask me, probably some contact made into that turn and was put in the tire barrels.
If I have to guess, it's that same issue that Simpson had. Too much curb and the clip either a sign or a tire, and it got a little bit airborne.
Yep. I'm going to try and see if I can get back into the lead car here of Blue Balls here. Very interesting name, but very fast here so far as he's pulling away from Simpson a little bit.
He has an interesting turning point on the corner entry. He turns wide before he begins to the turn.
I'm sorry, I saw something very interesting further in that third place battle. Looked like a lot of contact heading into turn 1, and the Bibbs falling back a little bit there.
Yeah, Bibbs.
Honestly, a bit of a struggle for the Bibbs so far.
I wouldn't count him out yet.
Oh yeah, absolutely not, but just not getting the moves done that he needs to right now. As Vager and Chicken and Gunslinger fighting for the third place spot. Now the Bibbs getting in that fight. You know, honestly, if these guys want to go fight for that lead, they're going to have to stop fighting, get it together, and start working together here to push towards that lead pack.
Well, granted, not everyone thinks like that, but it would be nice to see that.
Absolutely. But the Bibbs making a move on Chicken, but not keeping enough momentum to get around him. As Chicken will keep his spot of 5th.
That run stalled the moment he got back in the throttle.
Absolutely. It's just took too much curb and not kept enough speed going. As now Gunslinger trying to make a move on Vager here. Oh, little contact. Ooh. As Chicken shoves Gunslinger out the way and now gets a move done.
Well, you know Gunslinger's not going to like that.
Absolutely not. We're going to see some retaliation here.
Indeed we are. Chicken goes wide.
Chicken goes wide, but the Bibbs taking advantage and trying to send it on the inside. Ooh, 3 wide. Heading into the final turn. Chicken hitting the outside wall. The Bibbs, the victor of that fight. Getting up into 4th. Now can the Bibbs go get Vager and go fight for that lead?
That's where 5 laps in. Bibbs is making his way up front. Chicken is steadily heading backwards.
Yeah, not something we thought we'd see here tonight, as he had such strong pace in that final practice session and sent it very hard to try and get track position to start the race. So, very interesting.
He might be down a cylinder considering he has a quarter of a bar down.
That's not enough damage to really affect your race pace, but you could be right. Something could be wrong here. Is now the Bibbs looking to make an inside move on Vager. As the Bibbs setting the fastest lap of the session, a 1:04.
Yeah, don't count this kid out.
Now they're getting a little clumped together again. As Gunslinger now trying to make a move on Vager here, and Chicken very close behind. He heard him. He heard us talking about him, and is trying to make some moves and get some track position back. As he makes an inside move on Gunslinger, as Gunslinger makes a little mistake there. Just Gunslinger goes wide, and Chicken takes advantage.
That was a good heads-up move by Chicken.
Well, I'm trying to get to Chicken there. As we're seeing the front 2 get a little closer there, but no, so far nothing. So we're going to stay on that, on this fight further back here.
Blue Ball is just running away with this. But I expect the Bibbs to close out. I would expect that to be in the next.
Chicken with a better run off the turn. Turn 1. Now trying to take it to the outside of Vager. Maybe get a little bit of a run. Oh, yep. On the inside of Vager there.
It's all about
Side by side, a little bit of contact.
First.
Can Chicken send it through this turn as he's out front of Vager? But Vager's sitting it on the inside.
Baby.
Chicken getting the run, and Chicken.
So that might hurt their front downforce.
Absolutely, but Chicken gets the move done and is now sets his sights towards the lead as Simpson and the leader now fighting for the lead. Blue balls versus Simpson as the Bibs has just been closing it a little bit. It looks like the two up front have been fighting a little bit as the gap was not this close before.
And I want to overstate that statement I made earlier about Blue Balls running away with it. I am wrong. Simpson has got Blue Balls on his heels.
Yep. And noticeably, Simpson running a very fast lap, very similar to the Bibs. So I think all these front runners here tonight have picked up the pace here in the main.
They know that it's high time where they need to get moving.
Absolutely.
It's already 8 laps in. They know once they get halfway, things will get chaotic.
Reminder that your first stage does end on lap 15. So we are getting closer to the end of the stage.
Points matter.
Exactly.
So you
Yeah, these guys are starting to close down on the leaders, though. I can see that the gap is a little less than what it was before.
Especially with the Bibs. He has that line down.
Absolutely.
The way he was able to maneuver through traffic just shows the raw speed this dude has.
Although we do want to highlight your leaders of Blue Balls and Simpson. Blue Balls did not really look like he had the pace in the practice session, but he is strong out front. He's just been able to keep it out front. And Simpson, very impressive here on the road course here tonight. Especially on a wheel. This is an impressive display of talent.
And normally some runs like this for Simpson is always a good thing to highlight. We want to congratulate on how he's always consistent, learning on the fly, being very optimistic with his driving and his talents and skills.
As further back, I did see Chicken lose some track position, causing that pack to lose a bit of ground towards the leaders here. At this point, I would say they're probably going to need that stage caution to close up to the leaders.
They're definitely going to need that caution. That way they could, calm down the engine, cool down a little bit, get a drink of water, stay hydrated, relax the muscles. Because just being 10 laps in, I can see it's already hitting the drivers. Aside from these front runners.
Yeah, these front runners just have what it takes. As further out in front, I think we're going to start hitting some lap traffic here.
I did see that.
So that's going to be interesting to see how the leaders navigate this, and if Simpson can take advantage. Speaking of Simpson with a run, takes it to the inside of Blue Balls here.
What a run he got out of that corner.
Exactly. He gets another, it looks like another run there, but doesn't quite have what he needs to keep it on the inside of Blue Balls. Can he send it in this turn?
Not as much of a send that you would think Simpson would go for. I think he's being kind of conservative around it, considering that defensive line that Blue Balls have taken going to turn 1. So Simpson is being smart with his play, not trying to get over his head, and really just trying to stay level-headed and just have the runs out right.
And I know we're only 11 laps in, but look at this track. It is absolutely destroyed.
Are we surprised?
Nah, we ain't surprised.
As Simpson starts to make his move.
Looking ahead. Oh, Simpson out front. Can he keep it there? Oh, but a bad run in the turn. Can Blue Balls take advantage? Absolutely. There's some lap traffic coming into play now. Darkwater Region on the inside.
Went a little too wide.
Oh, Darkwater Region getting airborne. And the Bibs just lurking in the background. If this fight turns a little sour, the Bibs is going to take advantage. Contact into turn 1. More contact, heading up the hill.
Might
Can
want to start
Simpson
playing
get
that
ahead?
job.
Simpson getting ahead. Looks like Blue Ball's trying to get a run, but doesn't quite have it. Simpson now out front.
Stimson on point. Blue Balls close second. And start playing that
Ooh, Blue
job
Ball's
music. And
sending
here
it.
comes the
He
bid.
sent it hard into that turn. Oh, but doesn't quite have what he
Couldn't get the power
needs.
down. Could
Still
not
on
get
the
power
outside. He's back now behind. Maybe with a run. Can he send it on the inside? Blue Balls does not want Simpson to run away. He is not taking it. He's not taking it down. He's not laying down. And he's going to try and keep it out front. Try to take this stage 1 win.
Lap car pulling ahead. Letting the leaders go by. Oh, no.
A little bit of contact. Oh, a lot of contact. Simpson
Ball's
taking
not gonna be happy
advantage, trying to
about
run
that.
away. There's the bibs. We've talked about him a lot here tonight. Although Simpson may be running away, the bibs closing in on these leaders.
Now the Bibs got to play it smart when getting through the stop traffic. He was struggling in the early parts of this run where he was buried in traffic, but he did eventually make his way up as we have cars just sitting on the track.
Yeah, it does look like that car is just sitting here on the track. Simpson now
Simpson
kind of
is doing a
messing up
very
that
good
penultimate
job taking
turn,
care of the car.
and the bibs. It looks like he's going to try to make a move. As I try to navigate to the bibs, there we go.
He makes his move for second.
The bibs now in
clear.
second.
Now,
Also, notice the bibs setting another fast lap of a 1:01. That is fast.
This dude got some real speed. He's really locked in.
The bibs trying to make his way forward, trying to get around Simpson maybe here. Will we see them run into any more lap traffic before the end of the stage? Who knows? As it's 2 to go here. What will happen is that the drivers will start lap 15, and the end of the stage will be at the end of lap 15. I don't know. Oh, whoa! Lap down driver. Getting a lot of air there.
Wonder if he found that board. I placed it on the track.
Yeah, he probably found that concrete slab I was talking about earlier. Although Simpson looking like he's got the pace to keep it out front ahead of Bibbs. You know? Bibbs does not look like he's closing.
I believe the Bibbs is just being conservative, not making sure he's not tearing anything up, wanting to get it to the end of the stage, and just collect as many points as possible. So that first run was actually very key, important for him.
Indeed, as Simpson's probably just going to cruise his way to the line here and take a stage 1 victory. Not really getting challenged by the drivers around him. Excuse me. Oh, as we see, I think that was Blue Balls getting a little airborne there. But Simpson is going to come across the line and take your stage 1 victory. As Bad Kid, a almost lap down driver, making a mistake there.
Oh, there's going to be some contact right here.
A little bit of contact there, but that's pretty normal for these drivers when they cross the line, especially for Gunslinger. Just doesn't know quite where he is compared to the other drivers and kind of misses it, but it's alright. Not that much damage, as you can see. Simpson's bar looks pretty full.
As they are already racking it up.
Yep.
So for the restarts, do they do a double file or single file?
We do a double file restart, but if things do get messed up here, I think we might switch to a single file restart. Man, some of these guys way far behind. As the Bib's having a little fun
There
and
it
taking
is.
out all the tire barriers.
Yeah, I was watching it. I'm like, what is he doing? I'm like, it's probably part of his strategy. Get him in,
I do
get as many
know
tires
that.
out there.
Well, as I think we have a retired driver. Yep, another guy
Wonder
leaving
who
the
that
session.
was.
I think DB and Dark. I mean, not Dark. Well, it looked like Darkwater Regent. So I think Darkwater Regent also retiring here.
Hmm.
You never want to see guys retire this early in the race. So
We need to check in on Cajun and see how he's doing.
yeah, let's check in on our. I think that was him. Looks like that's Cajun in 8th place. Not having a good time of it here.
Struggling early on.
Oh wait, no, that's Vager. Okay, hold on. Let me try to see if I can find Cajun. Cajun is in 7th here.
Hmm.
7th/8th, I think. So yeah, he was around that spot. Like I said, I think he's just struggling here tonight. You know, road course is not his strong suit. But let's head back out front and get ready for this restart. You're getting side by side, getting ready to go green. As we're green here again, here at Fire Rock. Simpson with a bad restart, and the Bib's going to take advantage. He makes a move on the outside, takes the lead. Now
Yeah, a few cars
Gunslinger
go
making a
airborne.
move on for second place. Oh, and never mind, Chicken now sending it 4 wide into that turn.
Jacob being very aggressive in early parts of these stages.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Simpson!
Gunslinger heading the wall, it looked like. So now Simpson sending it hard.
Simpson pushed out wide. Might have cooked it under braking.
Chicken, Gunslinger, Simpson fighting very hard. Oh, and into the tire barriers. See if I can get on
I believe that was chicken. Oh,
Chicken
chicken
here.
occasion. As we got it's just a Wreckfest happening back there.
Absolutely. Blue Ball's back into second now. As the Bib's getting exactly what he wanted and is now out front. Although I do think we're going to see a fight from Simpson here between Simpson and Blue Balls. Simpson wants second place back. He wants to go fight for that win again. That was a very chaotic restart. And honestly, not the
Indeed, it
best racing
was.
etiquette we've seen from these guys here tonight, but
We've seen worse.
we've seen worse. If you ask me, none of that was really intentional and nobody was wrecked on purpose. It just was a matter of circumstance and just being a little too aggressive. There's now Simpson sending it on the inside of Blue Balls. Simpson, Blue Balls still side by side heading into the final turn. Simpson now getting ahead. Can Blue Balls get a run on him?
Simpson knows he cannot let the blip run away with this.
Exactly.
But Blue
Now
Balls
Simpson and Blue Balls make some contact, still side by side, heading up the hill. Oh, I don't know exactly what happened there, but Simpson just losing some momentum and now back into third.
It's that overconfidence I was talking about. Getting a little too eager on the throttle.
Oh, and Simpson makes some contact with Blue Balls.
He almost hooked him.
Honestly, this is some great fighting here. As now Gunslinger has closed in on this fight for second. Oh, and Blue Balls hits
Blue
that
Balls got
concrete
into
slab
one.
that I was talking about earlier. Oh, and Vager goes flipping. Yeah, Vager flipping off that that concrete slab I was telling you about earlier, and that's not going to be good for his fight for the win here tonight.
Not at all.
There's the bibs out front. As we cut to, I think, Gunslinger. Yep, Gunslinger here. On the inside of Simpson. Ooh, contact. Almost spins Simpson into the dirt. Three-way fight for second here. Now Gunslinger sends it up on the inside, but not as much as Blue Balls. Blue Balls now into second place. Simpson on the inside. Gonna get around Gunslinger, it looks like. Oh, and Simpson into Blue Balls. Now Gunslinger on the inside, trying to make a move.
Simpson is trying hard to get that momentum going. He's been struggling off of this restart.
Yeah. And some more drivers gonna head into this second place battle. As even though we saw Chicken head into the wall, he's right back in it.
Never count Chicken
hitting it a
out.
little too hard, it looks like. He's not gonna. Oh, wow! I think Chicken had a little too much momentum there. I don't think I've seen that here tonight.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Yeah, no, I did not have Chicken flying into another driver. It's 3 wide heading into this turn here.
Who knew chickens could fly?
Simpson, Gunslinger, Blue Ball is still fighting very aggressively for second place here. It is still not decided as the bibs just scoots away. Simpson now on the inside of Blue Balls and of Gunslinger. Does he have what he needs to get around?
The bibs is just loving this. These drivers are just battling and battling, staying side by side. No one's
3 wide heading into turn 1. Who's gonna come out front with the second place here? That was a massive send, and Gunslinger still keeps in second.
Gunslinger is feeling motivated.
Gunslinger, Blue Ball, Simpson fighting for second. As we see drivers behind like Joker, we haven't really. Oh!
I think Simpson saved it.
I think Simpson got turned around from that. Yes, he did, but he's not that far behind. Let me see if I can get on to Simpson here. Simpson with P Chicken here. As they're still trying to
battle.
Oh! It looked like Blue Balls. It looked like Blue Balls. I think he hit that concrete slab I was talking about earlier. Yep. He's in that dirt back there. He's losing a lot of track position.
Blue Balls is making a connection with that concrete slab you've been mentioning. I think they might have a personal connection.
Chicken, after such a terrible start to this stage, is now fighting for second.
Chicken is definitely fighting that momentum again. He did this during the early parts of stage 1.
If you ask me here tonight, the man that's going to fight the bibs is going to be P Chicken.
When in doubt, always count in a chicken.
As he's still trying to gain momentum, gain track position here. He wants to get past Gunslinger and try and close the gap to the bibs.
Chicken needs to just keep this pace. If he keeps that pace up, he'll definitely be a heavy contender for the win.
Exactly. He's getting closer and closer, though. You know?
Just can't overstep it. Chicken is known for his aggressiveness, and sometimes that aggressiveness gets a little oblivious.
Yeah, Chicken going a little wide in turn 1 there. Going a little hippity-hoppity off the track.
We knew hopscotch was part of this game.
I certainly didn't. Let's take a look further back in the field. And some of the other drivers. Here's one of the rookies. Vager 40.
Definitely making a good standing ovation during his rookie campaign.
You know, in a rookie campaign, really what you want to see here is just some strong pace and just kind of being consistent. You know, so if he can keep it you know, in the top 5 or just outside the top 5, that's going to be what you want to see.
Indeed. But the main thing is just like learning the aspects of the league, seeing all the details that the league has, and really just seeing where you fit. As we
Blue
check
Balls,
in on
after having
Simpson.
such a strong
Oh, blue
start
ball, sorry.
to this race, now way back in 7th. What an awful position to be in, honestly. Started this race out on pole and now struggling to keep track position. Not what you want to see from Blue Balls here.
Yeah, just too many hits around the curve is what got him.
Well, I think
That
Blue
one
Balls
curveball.
having some issues there as he's not really getting going, and now he's getting going.
Might have had to thought it go stuck. But it's not the
Here's another
brakes.
newcomer, Fire Boomin. Not having a good night. He's been lapped down more than once tonight and just does not have what he needs to keep it out front. And Cajun, the league founder, the league owner, just not having a good night as he gets into the wall there. Honestly, if he
I
wants to
think you might
fight
have
for
known
this
you talking about-
championship, he's going to need to pick up the pace.
Cajun's going to need a miracle because he's currently 10 points out.
Yeah, hard to gain 10 points, especially in this league. So, if he wants, you know, those...
Especially when you have drivers like the Big, Gunslinger, Simpson, Chicken, who's going to be front runners. Cajun got to find some pace and have to be very consistent with it because without that consistency, you could just kiss that championship goodbye.
Let's look back towards the front as Chicken now has got around Gunslinger. Oh, not for long, though.
I guess he might have known you were talking about him because he just went flying.
Yep, Chicken going off the track, that's not what he needs. He needs to stay on the black stuff here. Now Chicken trying to make a move on Simpson, heading in on the inside. Not quite there yet. Chicken and Simpson heading into that penultimate turn. Can Chicken get the run he needs to get back that track position after going wide at turn 1?
I think the best turns for Chicken is turn 1 and also the S's. Because any other points within the track, he has been struggling to find momentum.
Absolutely. Just not having what he needs to keep it out front in those sections. But in turn 1, he's getting a good run, as now he's going to try and send it on Simpson here.
Yeah, this was the main areas I was saying that he's been struggling at. He hasn't been able to really keep the throttle down, potentially coming out of the corners. Especially in running in the center. Here, he's pretty strong, but that's where the run just starts to fall out and he loses all frontward momentum.
Chicken with a good run out of that hairpin turn, but just doesn't have the momentum he needs to get a run on Simpson here. Can Chicken send it a little bit to this ultimate turn as Simpson goes a little wide there. Chicken now on the inside. Can he use that lap car for leverage?
Knowing Chicken, he definitely will. And he does.
Oh, he does.
Oh, the lap car getting
Lap car getting involved in this fight.
Oh. These drivers are not happy.
Oh! A little bit of contact between Simpson and that lap down car. Does put Chicken back behind Simpson, though.
All that work that Chicken put in, now he gotta do it again.
Absolutely. Oh, and that lap down driver sending it on them for no good reason. That's not a fight for position. I don't know what he's doing.
Gotta start using that head.
Chicken now on the outside. Can he get a good run and send it on the inside on Simpson here? As that lap down driver going off the track and flipping. Not the etiquette you want to see from the lap down drivers here.
Yeah, most of these tough cars, especially when you're knowing that you're already a lap down, you just gotta yield position. Fighting the leader is understandable, but if it's not for position, just yield.
Exactly. Especially if you're already a lap down.
Can't ruin another driver's race just because yours is done. As we're now
Chicken
30
now
laps
struggling
in.
to keep up with Simpson here. I think that lap down driver gave Chicken some damage.
Oh, for sure. Especially how aggressive that lap down driver was being. That red wasn't as dark as it was beforehand when we first checked up on Chicken.
Exactly, and I think in the background there, Vader's getting on two wheels and getting into the wall a little bit.
Definitely got to know that Chicken is very frustrated with this.
As
He had a
that's
good
the
run
end of the
going.
second stage, the Bibs out front. Not too sure what Chicken's doing going that far wide. I'm not too sure why the Bibs spun there. It looked like he was on the inside of that turn there. Yep, the Bibs did look to spin after taking the stage victory. I don't know if he's allowed to go get his spots back or if he has to go to where he was. Looking like the Bib's getting his spots back.
Oh!
Gunslinger giving some damage to the Bibs.
And I was just about to mention that the bib did not have any damage throughout the early parts of this race. Now look at this car radius as he's getting turned.
Yeah. Not too sure what Gunslinger is doing. We can get some insight from the drivers post-race, but I don't know exactly here what Gunslinger is doing as we're getting ready for the final stage. Cautions will be turned back on, so if there's a wreck, you will see a caution. Which, if you know anything about this league and restarts, if you ask me, there's bound to be a caution.
Cautions do be cautions.
Exactly.
And knowing how the lab cars have been treating the leaders, we're going to see a few cautions.
Absolutely. I think they're slowing down to try and let the lap down driver get back to his spot.
All right, let's do our
There he is in the background there. Ones to watch. First off, you got the Bibs. He's been the strongest here tonight, has the fastest lap. Really, if everything goes perfectly, he will have your win here tonight.
Next up, we got Gunslinger. Gunslinger is keeping the bib honest, and he'll definitely be able to up there to fight for this win.
To answer your question, sir, yes, you'll get points for tonight. As long as you started the race, you will get points. As we're going to go green. The Bibs with a terrible restart. It looks like that inside just does not have what you need to get a good restart here. As Chicken making a move around the Bibs. Can he get it to stick? As Gunslinger is now out front.
I just doesn't have the forward momentum.
Yeah, this just does not have the forward momentum. The Bib's now going to try to send on Gunslinger. Ooh, the Bib's on the inside.
Good move.
Contact. Gunslinger, the Bibs side by side for the lead. And Gunslinger gets back ahead. But now the Bibs on the inside. Chicken now in this fight. Who's
Chicken
gonna
gotta
come
be
out with
smart
the
with
lead?
this. If he wants to make 3 wide, he gotta be
Oh,
smart with it. His strong.
Gunslinger into the
Oh, Gunslinger
wall.
looks wide. Go. This is where Chicken can make his move. His strong point has always been turn 1.
Yep.
There he
Chicken with a
goes.
lot of momentum. Out of turn 1. Can he use it to make a move here into this turn? Yes, he can. On the inside. Chicken, the bibs, side by side. Heading down to the S's.
Hibbs is holding him down tight.
But the
As he
bibs
gets a
gets a
little
little
bit more.
mistake. But Chicken getting a little too wide heading into this turn. How about into this tight turn here? Can he make the move? Now Chicken forces the bibs a bit wide, but the bibs with a lot of momentum.
He was able to power it down. He was able to stay with the gas and have no
Can
grip.
Chicken send it on the inside? Just, I think, a little too far back now. Oh, but the bibs not with a real good run through that penultimate turn. Chicken right behind. And so is the rest of this pack here.
I think the tire damage is starting to kick in on the Bib's car. With all that side by side, and also whatever transpired between him and Gunslinger on caution.
The bibs not with a good run there. But Chicken going a little way too wide.
Chicken
Whoa. Looks like Joker there. Getting a little way too wide.
Got a little airtime with that too. He's Air Jordan.
The bibs going off track there, cutting that turn. But Chicken with a lot of momentum. Can he make a move on the inside?
Now this is unexpected. This was one of the main areas that Chicken was
Now Chicken on the outside gets a good run out of that turn. Can he get on the inside of the bibs? The bibs making a mistake. The bibs, Chicken side by side. Chicken into the lead. Oh, but the bibs with a good run out of that penultimate turn.
Chicken
a lot of momentum heading into this final turn. The bibs on the inside, Chicken on the outside. Can Chicken get enough momentum? A little bit of a run on the outside. Doesn't look like it.
Chicken should be able to clear it going to turn 1. This has been the strongest turn throughout the entire night.
Oh, Chicken on the outside. Yes, you're right. Now Simpson gonna want to challenge the bibs.
Now Chicken needs to be mindful. The bibs has been strong within the S's and also the penultimate corner.
Exactly.
Chicken has been struggling within the carousel.
Oh! Chicken, the bibs making contact. The bibs practically spinning out Chicken. Chicken's not going to like that.
At all.
If you ask me, we're going to see a little retaliation from Chicken. Because I know Chicken's motto is, if you mess with me, I'm going to mess with you. Is Chicken getting a good run out of that penultimate turn? He's right on the bumper of the bibs. I think the bibs just had a bit of a bad run there.
That was the best we have seen Chicken within that penultimate turn. But
now the final turn, he's getting a good run.
You got to make his move here.
Absolutely.
If he doesn't make his move now.
Oh, Chicken right on the bumper of the bibs. Do we see any retaliation after the bibs just flat out basically turning Chicken there in that carousel?
I don't know. That run kind of started out once he got to the exit.
And now
it's
Simpson,
the right-hander he's been struggling with.
Makes sense for a oval veteran here. Chicken and Simpson making some contact further back. The bibs just getting away a little bit here. But Chicken does not want to let the bibs run away with it. He wants to go fight for that win. I don't know. Chicken went wide, but I think he had a little bit better momentum as the bibs just didn't look to get the throttle down.
What Chicken needs to do is just drive outside the windshield and don't worry what's happening in the mirror.
Exactly.
He's going defensive in areas that doesn't need to be defensive. Just
he's going to spin the bibs. He's going to spin the bibs. It looked like the bibs just slowed down way too much for turn 1, and Chicken had momentum and just made some contact.
And that sends the bibs one. He might lose another spot here.
Yep, he loses 3 spots from that one incident. Let's go out to Chicken here.
Again. Turn 1 has been Chicken's strongest turn.
Yeah, Simpson right behind him. Now trying to make a move for the lead as well. Been a very interesting fight for the for this win. so far in this stage. Chicken a
Ooh,
little
look at the
wide.
damage that Chicken has. Chicken might actually lose that front down for us with all that damage he has. That explains why he's been struggling within the S's.
Yep. Chicken now going defensive. Is that enough, though, to keep Simpson behind? Oh,
Nope.
whoa! Gunslinger with a
That's
great
it.
send. That was a quite good move, honestly, as he gains a lot of time on that front runners.
That was a beautiful, beautiful move from Gunslinger. And Simpson's going under attack.
At first, I thought Gunslinger was had lost it a little bit, went way too sideways, but that was honestly a great move. As now Simpson on the attack. Simpson almost going on the inside, but Gunslinger there too. Simpson on the inside of Chicken, side by side.
As I say that, I was liking what he was doing. He was going a little bit wide going into corner entry. That's actually helping him with his turn. Because he knows
Simpson
that
now on
he
the
has that
outside of
damage.
Chicken. Chicken just needs to park the bus. Now Gunslinger on the inside of Simpson. Not so much. Gets back in line.
Don't look now, but the Bib's starting to make his move for fourth.
Yep.
Just the
Another
speed
good turn
he's
for
able to carry
Gunslinger
everyone.
as Simpson goes way wide. Now
And he's
Gunslinger in the
clear.
second. Can Chicken pull away? I know Chicken really wants this win after last week it coming down to the wire just for him to get second.
Oh, you know he's hungry for a win. He's always hungry for a win.
Absolutely. I like that wide entry into this turn there, as Chicken gets a great run out of, what do you call it, the carousel.
I think that's his only option to do right now because of our front damage.
Absolutely. That penultimate turn in the first turn looks to be the strong suit here for Chicken. But everywhere else, it looks like those guys behind gain some time, as it looks like we're going to have lap down traffic already.
That's no surprise.
Can Chicken navigate this lap down traffic? As the lap down traffic with a lot of damage.
Respect right there a little bit.
Chicken easily getting by Fire Boomin', but not so much for that second place driver of Gunslinger.
I think both of them just went wide into that corner. What I have not seen is the Bib. He
Yeah, it
hasn't
looks
been
like
able
the
to get back.
Bibs has run out of momentum a little bit here.
Surprising.
Oh, never mind. As it looked like the Bibs is making a move for fourth. Yep, making a move for fourth.
Now he's setting his eyes on third. This will come down to the wire between the Bib and Chicken.
Oh, absolutely.
We're coming to 20 laps to go.
Chicken stretching the lead a little bit. This is what he needs to do, to get this win here tonight. Just try to make a gap. Try to get as far away from the Bibs as much as he can.
But you gotta remember, he has a very bad habit of driving in the mirror. He just needs to stay focused outside the windshield.
Absolutely. But it does look like Gunslinger now is starting to close a little bit. Maybe we will see a little bit of a battle for the lead here. I don't know. Gunslinger having some good momentum.
Oh, Chicken slipped up. Chicken slipped up.
Gunslinger also with a bad entry into the carousel. Losing some time on the exit.
If Gunslinger can find what he found within that section again and through the S's.
Gunslinger with a great run out of the penultimate turn.
Yeah, Chicken has definitely found his speed coming out of the final turn and corner entry of turn 1.
Exactly. So basically, if the turn is somewhere on this front stretch, he's got a good chance of getting some time.
I believe, I could be wrong, but since those turns, the last turn and the first turn, it gives off a little bit of an oval vibe. So that's kind of in Chicken's wheelhouse.
Exactly. Chicken very strong at ovals, especially short tracks, in my opinion.
But when it comes to right-handers, you got some work to do, buddy.
Absolutely. Still a very close fight in this top 4 here. Even though there's a bit of a gap in between all 4 of them, it's still a close fight. Still anybody's game, in my opinion, as we're come to 18 to go here.
Battle for third is going to start heating up soon.
A major difference in turn 1 that you see between Gunslinger and Chicken is that Gunslinger taking a lot of curb, but I think he's just getting a little too sideways and not carrying enough momentum.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning, because Chicken is able to really push the car to where he's braking early and just letting it roll and getting back on the gas. Especially coming out of exit.
Yup. But Chicken just has the momentum compared to Gunslinger. And Gunslinger, what it looks like is he sends it really hard into the turn, not really braking as much maybe as he should, trying to carry momentum, but too much of a slide, causing him to lose, some momentum. I don't know, that pack behind getting a little closer here this lap than they were the last.
That is for sure. I think Chicken might be losing some speed. It could be that damage that's hurting him, especially on this tight right turn.
As Chicken makes a little mistake in turn 1, just not getting it as tight as he needed to, losing quite a bit of time to Gunslinger there.
Yeah. He needs to start using more start using more brake.
As Gunslinger now getting close.
Bit, not too much. Oh yeah, that gap has closed heavily.
Absolutely. Gunslinger can start putting some pressure on Chicken. Maybe Gunslinger can force a mistake out of Chicken here.
Chicken is a hard guy to pass, so trying to get him to make a mistake is going to be very tough luck.
Absolutely.
As we're coming to 15 to go.
Look like the Bibs making a little bit of a mistake. Yep, gets to the wall in the final turn.
Oh, what a move. What a move from Gunslinger right there. He
Absolutely.
Closed that gap really
Closed
nice.
that gap nice. Chicken still out front, trying to keep it away from Gunslinger as we have 16 laps to go. Can Chicken hold off the hard-charging Gunslinger, Simpson, and the Bibs?
Bibbs lost some speed. Look at the distance between him and third.
Oh yeah, he's quite far back now. So I think it's just a fight for first between the top 3 here.
The moment they go side by side, I'm pretty sure the Bib would start showing up in the picture, but it might come down a little too late.
Oh, sorry about that. It looked like before that what was important tonight was going to be road course expertise, but now it's looking like veterans is what, if you have, Jesus, being a veteran is being a veteran is what's going to be important here tonight.
It's all about that track experience and also track position.
Again, the lap down driver of Fire Booming coming into play there.
Fire Booming has not had a good night tonight.
Absolutely not. He's going a second lap down here.
I believe he's the only car that's multi-laps down.
I think he's the only car a lap down in general.
Oof. Tough night for sure.
Absolutely. Not what you want to see from a newcomer. That lap down rider looks to help Chicken stretch the gap a little bit.
I think that's what Chicken needed.
Absolutely.
I think he's starting to feel
as he just set a new fast lap for himself, a 1:02. Chicken now locking in.
He's holding his corners a whole lot tighter than he was earlier. So he's definitely for sure focusing on that driving line.
Absolutely.
I think he's actually listening. He's driving out of the windshield and not the mirror.
He's focusing out front. not paying attention to the
That's the
gap
first.
behind him.
Well, that's the first. If only he'd do that more consistently.
I don't know, though. Something seems to have happened in this past half lap as Gunslinger closed the gap a little bit there. He's a lot
Yeah,
closer
Chicken
than
is
he
just
was at lap
struggling.
4.
Yeah, Chicken has been struggling in that one area before the final turn. That's where Gunslinger is making up his time.
Absolutely, but Chicken making a mistake in turn 1, which isn't like him. Gunslinger getting a lot of time there. The gap just seems to be ebbing and flowing.
It's that rubber band effect. Once you start that run,
Oh,
never
Gunslinger makes
mind.
some contact with Chicken.
Gunslinger has found the speed that he needs.
Now it's back to a battle for the lead between Gunslinger and Chicken. Just as it was last week. These two might be your
Chicken
title
just needs to
contenders
stay
here.
focused.
I know it's a bit early to be talking about a championship, but you still got to talk about it. Points are important.
And every point matters.
Chicken with a good run out of turn 1, trying to keep the gap. The gap. I don't know. Gunslinger has a good run in that turn, though, closing the gap a little bit more.
Oh, he messed up there.
Now Gunslinger going to send it out wide, try to send it on the inside of P-Chicken. P-Chicken and Gunslinger make contact.
That was a smart move from Gunslinger. He turned out early instead of waiting from wrapping the corner. That's one way to keep the momentum up.
Exactly. Chicken having a good run up, penultimate turn, keeps it out front.
Trying to stay diligent.
Interesting
Don't
enough,
go defensive.
this isn't really talked about that much in Wreckfest. Wreckfest does not have a drafting model, so sticking behind a driver like that doesn't really do you any good.
Indeed. The key
Gunslinger side by side with Chicken.
It's going to come in the picture.
Oh, and Gunslinger gets out front. Gunslinger now out front. Simpson closing the gap too.
Oh, there's going to be
Chicken
contact.
makes some contact. Now Chicken on the inside of the carousel. He forces Gunslinger out wide, takes the lead. Now Simpson in this fight. With 11 to go here at Fire Rock. Gunslinger with a good run. But just goes out wide. Oh, into the grass. Simpson now into second. Gunslinger making a mistake and now fading.
That was a costly mistake from Gunslinger, but he's not out of it yet.
We still got 10 laps to go. Now it's Simpson versus Chicken.
And keeping it close third, Gunslinger. Yeah, the bib has really faded from this battle.
Looks like that.
Surprising.
Looks like that damage he got underneath the caution from Gunslinger was enough to affect his pace and just hasn't been able to keep up with the top 3.
And off that restart, he did not get a good one either.
Absolutely. Maybe some damage to the engine. As if you look out front, it looks like Fire Booming gonna go a third lap down. Will he affect this battle for the lead?
It gives off Cody Ware.
It does indeed.
As Simpson is starting to heat up his run.
Yeah,
He's
Simpson doing that same thing that
Chicken.
Gunslinger was doing, but I think it looks like Fire Booming is missing a tire. Yeah, Fire Booming missing a tire there. He's on 3 wheels. If he loses another tire, he will DNF. So, not a good run here tonight from Fire Booming.
Well, it's only his first start. More to come in the future.
And he gets involved with that fight for the lead as he helps Chicken build a gap to Simpson.
Well, that was very beneficial for Chicken because I'm pretty sure he might have got a little bit of side damage from that battle with Gunslinger.
Absolutely.
Probably not enough to affect his driving, but you never know.
If you look in the corner, the bottom left corner, you can see the analysis of where the damage is, and that's most of the damage is on the front there, so it's going to affect his turn in.
Well, Chicken is very highly known of using the bumper, and tonight he is for sure used that chrome horn,
Absolutely. A lot of damage on the front bumper.
which has definitely heavily impacted his front downforce.
Although Chicken looking like he just has the pace to be out front, he doesn't really have the pace to pull away. That's what it looks like to me, at least.
Yeah, so
This looks
I'm
like there was
assuming
a
the
little bit of a
front
battle between
downforce.
Simpson and Gunslinger. I'm going to try and get back to them. Yep, Simpson and Gunslinger now side by side. Hitting out of that penultimate turn, and Gunslinger gets back in line. Gunslinger looks like he wants to make a move
Gunslinger,
around Simpson and maybe make a move towards Chicken.
Gunslinger make that move he did with Chicken earlier. He's turning out early to get that
Oh, a little
momentum
too
building
sideways for
as he makes
Gunslinger.
a little too much curve right there as he actually hit the curve.
Yep. Now Simpson has an opportunity to try and close down on Chicken again.
Ooh, Simpson got a little loose coming out of that corner.
Yep, a little wide. Although it does look like you want a wider exit to get momentum, it just didn't look like. Oh! Oh!
Gunslinger flip.
Gunslinger flips! He hits that curb, and if you ask me, that's going to take him out of the fight for the win.
Indeed.
With
Indeed it
5 to
will.
go, cautions do get turned off.
I think as we go through the field, Simpson is the only car that has the least amount of damage.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to be the only one to be able to challenge Chicken for this win. Chicken now keeping the gap steady, keeping his car steady. Doesn't want to make any mistakes. His fire booming now looks to go a 4th lap down. Oh,
Uh,
hello? Capture card?
ladies and gentlemen, we seem to be
Having some
experiencing some
technical
technical
difficulties.
difficulties.
Hey, hold on.
Please stand by.
Um. Let me try one.
We do appreciate the patience. We will be able to get everything back in order as soon as possible.
Okay, there we go.
And we're back.
We're back. Sorry about that.
As
As Simpson
Simpson
has now come out front here. Something has happened while we had those technical difficulties. I do apologize for said technical difficulties as we get back into this fight for the lead.
I think that damage is starting to creep up on Chicken's car.
Absolutely, but Chicken now closing on Simpson as the battle is getting close again.
Chicken would not back down. That's one thing about him. He would never back down from a fight.
Now Chicken on the bumper of Simpson.
I guess that damage is not as bad as I thought.
Yep. Now Chicken on the inside of Simpson. Can he get the momentum? No.
Yeah, those runs are going to keep stalling out for him. But this is where Chicken has been strong throughout the later parts of this run. It's coming to 3 laps to go.
3 to go. Here, Fire Rock with a great turn 1. Can Chicken take that momentum and maybe make a move into this turn?
Ah,
Not
that move is
quite.
never worked for Chicken.
If you ask me, what he should do is what Gunslinger was doing and just take it a little wide into this turn and send it up on the inside of Simpson.
He's trying, but I think that front damage is screwing with him.
As Chicken gets a little wide there. Lose a little bit of time. Still not over for Chicken.
Oh, without a doubt. As they are far clear from Gunslinger, so Chicken has nothing to worry about from the back. He's just driving full-fledged eyes forward. As we go to 2 to go.
2 to go here at Fire Rock with a very good battle for the lead. It's not over, folks. Can Chicken get back out front? It looks like Simpson made a little mistake in the center of the turn. As Fire Lumen goes a 5th lap down.
Oh! That's not what Chicken needed.
Exactly not what Chicken needed. But it does look like Simpson made a little mistake again.
Pushing out wide.
Simpson right now, he has a little bit of a gap. All he really needs to do is just keep a good momentum. And he will get this win. But Chicken now closing the gap again.
Yeah,
Chicken, very good run on that penultimate turn.
He's going to make his move. White flag.
White flag. Oh, very good run from Chicken. Just but goes way too wide.
Oh.
It's over for Chicken. Chicken makes a mistake, and that's going to be it, as we're going to go ahead to the leader of Simpson. Simpson just able to keep Chicken behind. I do apologize. We missed that move for the lead originally. Something happened with my capture card and it just didn't capture the moment.
Is that the bib all the way back there?
I think so. That is the bibs all the way back there.
Wow.
Right in front of Cajun. What a fall from grace.
Well,
if you ask me,
this.
Simpson just cruising to the line here, not worry about these cars in front of him. As Simpson, with a strong run here tonight, will take the win here at Fire Rock Speedway.
What a race.
What a race from Simpson. Putting it all together. Takes the win here at Fire Rock. Man, what a weird and interesting race. A lot of battles. A lot of comers and goers. And in the end, Simpson gets your win.
So did you have hopscotch and find you the air on your bingo card tonight?
Honestly, I've had Finding Air in my bingo card, but not hopscotch. That turn 1 was very tricky for a lot of drivers here tonight.
Yeah, especially in that the corner. A lot of people were struggling. I was driving for the bib early on. We're just struggling in that one section alone.
And even though Fire Boomin went 5 laps down, I do want to commend him for finishing the race, as we had originally 12 drivers start this race, only 8 finish.
Oof.
Yep. Well, that will conclude this broadcast of Wreckfest Night in America. Thanks for watching, and join us next week as when we head to. Hold on, let me get that. Let me get that schedule up. Next week we'll be at Kingston Reverse Oval. So join us next week at the same time, 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern, and see you next week.